What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Hannah. If you're not new, welcome back. Coming at you live with the long-awaited apartment tour. This has taken me like 6 months to get everything in line, and I feel like I just kind of gave up. Like, I am just at a point where I'm like, you know what? It's New York City. I live in a semi-small apartment, and not everything's gonna be aesthetically pleasing. I don't have all the decor that I want. I don't have all the furniture that I want, and I probably won't, considering I'm moving out in September anyways. So we're just winging it. We're gonna film this apartment tour, whether everything is complete or not. Before I get started, I do wanna provide you guys with a little bit of background information. First of all, if you are not subscribed to my channel, my name is Hannah. I do a lot of lifestyle content. I'm based out of New York City, so I do a lot of New York City vlogs, work vlogs, fashion videos, you name it, I probably do it. I do like a wide variety of content, so you should stick around and subscribe down below if you like to see stuff like that. But about my apartment, so I currently rent a 1-bedroom apartment in the East Village. I don't think I've ever said that I specifically live in the East Village, but based on the vlogs and based on the content that I create, I feel like you guys have kind of figured it out. So yes, I do have a 1-bedroom apartment in the East Village. It is a true 1-bedroom technically, because there is a door separating my main living area from my bedroom area. It is a decent sized apartment. It is a walk up. There's no elevator. In addition, I don't have an in-unit washer dryer, but I do have a dishwasher, oven, stove, full-size fridge, and all of the works. I also have exposed bricks, so that's a plus. I guess that kind of makes up for the no washer dryer situation. I also don't have a washer dryer in the building. I currently pay $2,100 a month for this 1-bedroom in the East Village, and that is with COVID pricing. So the price of this unit was reduced during COVID. Prior to that, I believe this apartment was $2,700 a month, so definitely on the expensive side of things. I feel like for $2,700 a month, they probably could have added some more things to this unit to make it worth $2,700 a month, such as a washer dryer or a bigger living area. I'm going to show you guys the whole space in a little bit. So that's a little bit of background on this apartment. I've really enjoyed my time here. There have been some minor blimps here and there. We had some bug scares, but I think that's every New York City apartment. It gets dirty kind of fast just because it is a smaller space. The brick kind of falls off the wall sometimes, which is concerning when people walk on the roof. And there's a plug shortage. So there's like a shortage of outlets in my apartment, or the outlets are placed in really weird places. Those are, like, I would say, the downfalls of this apartment, but for the most part, I've enjoyed my time living here, but definitely will be ready to move out in September. And so I wanted to film this video before I do end up moving out in September. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys the place. I'm gonna do it holding the camera from behind, so you guys can kind of get a first-person perspective of what it would be like to walk through it yourself. If you have any questions about the furniture or any items in this apartment, just comment them down below and I'll link what I can. I also have a moving vlog that I filmed months ago before I moved to New York that has pretty much everything linked. If not everything, I might be missing a few things here and there because I've definitely collected stuff over time, but a lot of the furniture and a lot of the decor is already linked in that video. You guys should go check out my moving vlog series. This will be the last video in that series that I'm gonna add to that little playlist, so go check that out. But like I said, if you guys have questions about anything that you see, comment down below. It would just be a lot to sit here and link absolutely everything, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna stress myself out. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So when you first walk into the apartment, the first thing that you walk into is this little dining area. Off to the left, we have the coffee bar, my desk for work, bathroom, air conditioner, and off to the right, we have kind of a bigger living space. So this is the kitchen, and we have a little stand over here for miscellaneous items. Let's start by walking this way. So like I said, when you first walk in, to the left of the apartment, you have the coffee stand, my desk, and the air conditioner. The coffee stand I decided to put over here next to the door because honestly, it was the only space that really made sense for it at the time, because there are plugs behind the coffee stand for both of my coffee machines. I also have hooks for bags, my keys, masks, and in the winter, jackets go here as well. So coffee stand plus little hooks for purses and stuff like that. Then moving over here, this is my desk for work. I actually used to have this desk in my bedroom behind the door. I bought this desk specifically because it fit perfectly behind my door. But as it got hotter, because we're now in summer in the city, I realized that the air conditioner was out here and I would rather be by the air conditioner, so I moved the desk out here. Also, I like the desk out here because I feel like it kind of separates my nighttime space and my daytime space, so that works in my favor as well. And I also like the desk here because, again, there are outlets on this wall and there's outlets up here, which are both extremely random, I will have to say. I'm not entirely sure what went here at one point in time that would cause an outlet to be halfway up the wall. That's what I was talking about in the intro of this video, where the outlets are kind of scarce, and when they aren't scarce, they're random. So I'm not sure if a TV or something went there, but there is an outlet for the desk. Then, like I said, moving on to the right, we have the air conditioner in the living space. I would advise against this. I learned my lesson the hard way that I should have installed this in my bedroom because I'm not really out in this living space that often. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have a couch because I feel like the space is a little bit awkward for a couch. Also, I'm not really in my apartment that often, so I didn't see a need for a couch. I spend the majority of the time in my bed anyways if I do hang out here. So I installed the air conditioner out here. I do wish I had installed it in my bedroom just because it's not powerful enough to cool down literally my entire apartment. So I have a fan in my bedroom that helps cool down my bedroom. But just for future reference, if you do have a one bedroom rather than a studio or a space that isn't super open, install it in your bedroom, not in the main living area. Learn from my mistake. Moving on to the bathroom. I really like this bathroom because it was newly renovated before I moved in. So all of the tile that you see on the floor and the tile that you see on the walls are brand new. Also, the shower is newly updated and renovated. I know that that's one of the biggest problems with New York City apartments, is that the bathrooms tend to be extremely disgusting. So I lucked out with having this newly renovated. I have below the sink storage, which is really nice. I also have a medicine cabinet so that I can store other things in here as well. And I went ahead and purchased this for my towels to go on top of because there were no shelves in the bathroom. I also have things like Q-tips, cotton swabs, so on and so forth. Behind the bathroom door is just a little holder for my towels, also the toilet paper holder. So that's really convenient. The shower itself, I will have to say, is not the biggest shower. You really could only fit yourself in here. I will have to say the walls were newly renovated, but I think that they reused the bathtub because that's a stain that's like a rust mark on the bottom of my bathtub. I promise the bathtub is not dirty. Those are like rust marks that don't come up. So I feel like the bathtub itself was here before, but they renovated everything else. The shower itself is kind of small. I am only 5'6" and I barely fit in this shower. I just feel like it could have been wider or something. I'm not sure what the deal with the size of the shower is, but it's not super ideal, but it is a decent size, and for the most part, other than the rust stains, it's pretty clean. We have hot water, which obviously is essential as well. Moving off of the shower, we have a little trash can that I invested in. We also have a floor mat to step into the shower. And then we have hooks for my bathrobe and my other towel. All right, so moving off of the bathroom, you can see here again, we have desk, air conditioner, and the coffee bar. Let's move into the main living space. This is arguably my favorite space of the entire apartment because I just feel like it's gorgeous. I love this little seating bench area. I think that is a super unique aspect that you don't see in a lot of apartments. That, along with this little design here, I honestly love to just sit here, look out the window. There's not much to look out the window because it looks into another apartment building, but get the natural light, sit up against the pillow and read a book or do some work. I think it's the perfect spot for that. Also, the exposed brick is super ideal. I just love that aspect of exposed brick. I think that it really brings character into the apartment. This is my dining area. This is where I eat the majority of my food, do work, also hang out. I feel like this makes up for me not having a couch or a chair or anything. Kinda sorta does. And then obviously we have another chair here and a chair over there that I just drag back and forth when I have guests over. So this is the dining area slash main living area. Moving over here, we have the kitchen. This is actually a really decent sized kitchen for New York. Let me step back to give you guys the full view. So like I said in the intro, I have a full size fridge, lucked out with an oven that kind of works, a stovetop, and then I have a full-size dishwasher, which is also pretty uncommon in New York. I feel like a lot of times they have the drawer dishwashers, but this one is, for the most part, full size. It's a little bit small, but at least it is full length. So I feel like this is a decent size kitchen in New York. The only issue that I have with this kitchen is this sink area. I feel like there was no need for 2 sinks. I would have rather had the counter space because the counter space is a little bit limited, but they did decide to do 2 sinks on either side, which is a little bit awkward. I would have just rather one big sink or one or the other, but granted, it's not my apartment, I didn't design it, so we're gonna work with what we got, but the sink is nice, I guess. Over here we have the printer because this is the only space in my apartment that the printer could possibly go. Unfortunately, I don't have outlets along the wall that has the brick, obviously, because I feel like they wouldn't want to drill a hole in the brick, which is why there's no outlets. So my printer is sitting on my kitchen counter, which I feel like is very New York of me. You just gotta work with the space that you have. I have a lot of cabinet space, so all of these drawers, this is a cabinet that opens up to a little spinning area, so I have a lot of appliances down there. I can show you guys the dishwasher. Like I said, it's a pretty decent size, not super big, but pretty decent. I have a full-size oven with 4 stovetops, and the fridge is also pretty big. Ignore the fridge, it's a little bit of a mess, but it's a decent size for 1 person. Full-size microwave, and then all of this cabinet space for snacks and utensils and plates and stuff like that, and glasses. So for the most part, this kitchen is really nice. I have a few things that I don't love, but you can't be picky at the end of the day. Then obviously we have the trash cans here. That's not super interesting. Let's move over to the exposed brick wall that's next to the dining area. So I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with this exposed brick wall when I first moved here. I thought that maybe I would potentially put a couch here, but it never ended up happening. So I just put something here that could double as storage. So I have 2 drawers that have miscellaneous stuff in them, and then obviously you see down here we have a bunch of sunscreen, candles, papers, camera, a basket full of stuff. I use it as like functional storage, not really as decor. And then up here we have a vase that normally flowers go in. We have a wine rack, picture, candle, little centerpiece of my apartment, if we say. This is like the decor area of my apartment. It's like the one part of my apartment that I actually tried to decorate, so that's nice. Then over here in this corner, I have my suitcase because my suitcase is large and this is literally the only place that it actually fits in my apartment, so it is out for the open. Fortunately, it's a really aesthetically pleasing suitcase to look at. It's an away suitcase, so it's not too much of an eyesore, but I do wish that I had some space to put it that wasn't out in the open. Same with the mop and the vacuum. Unfortunately, they just have to be out here because I don't have some sort of broom closet to put them in. All right, moving out of the corner and out of this living area, let's move into the bedroom. So you're aware, this is like the point of view from my bedroom. So desk area, bathroom, living space, little decor wall, and then the kitchen. If you hear screaming children throughout this video, I apologize. I live near a school. There's nothing I can do about it. So this is when you walk into my bedroom. You have a little blanket basket. You have my TV stand. You have the bed, and then you have my laundry basket off to the right. So starting with the left hand side of the room, this is where I had my desk previously that I mentioned. I now keep a clothing rack back there for when I do wash laundry at the laundromat. I come back and dry the majority of my clothes. I also have a little janky calendar whiteboard above because, like I said, my desk was here, so I had this for work, but I now don't really use it because my desk is out in the living room. So I just keep this area behind my door for drying clothes. Then I have a little blanket basket that's like a catch-all place for a lot of stuff. Backpack is just randomly there because it doesn't fit my closet. Full honesty. I use this as a dresser slash a place to hold like my Wi-Fi box, my Xbox, and stuff like that. So these are all full of clothing, and then you move up here and this is like an electronic throw-all place, and then I use this section for my jewelry. Above that I have the TV. Then I move into this corner. This is just a perfect corner for a full-length mirror because it's right near the windows, so you know, gotta get that natural lighting. I have a fan because, like I said, I should have put the air conditioner in this room in this window, but I wasn't thinking when I did it, so I now have a fan that keeps me cool at night. We're gonna back up really quickly and then just start at the doorway again and move on to the bed. So I am able to fit a queen size bed in here, which I am really, really thankful for, because I know that that is very rare in a lot of New York City apartments. A lot of people still have twins in New York City apartments. I don't know how personally they could do that, but for me, I am fortunate enough to be able to fit a queen. I did buy a bed that had storage that went underneath it. So there are 3 drawers on this side of the bed, and then there are 3 drawers on the other side of the bed. I'm also able to fit a nightstand on the left side of the bed. I couldn't fit one on the right side of the bed, which is why there's not a matching nightstand, because then I wouldn't be able to open up my closet. So I just bought this small nightstand off of Amazon that I knew would fit in this corner, and then I also use it for storage, so I keep a lot of my books underneath there because I don't have room for like a bookshelf or anything. Basket has stuff in it, and then obviously I like to keep the top of my nightstand a little bit clearer, so that's why it's very clean looking. On the other side of my bed, I do have a full-size closet, which I know is also very rare in New York. I wish it was walk-in closet, but we're not gonna be picky. So when you open up the closet, it actually has a really good amount of space. So I have my shoes on the bottom. I keep the second shelf for bags and sweatshirts and extra pillows. Then up here, I'm able to fit all of my hang-up clothes, which I know are a lot. So I'm very fortunate to have a closet this size. I know a lot of New York City apartments have closets that are way smaller than this. And then up here, I have extra storage. So I have my suitcase up there, my steamer, a bunch of random boxes and stuff like that. For the most part, this closet is a pretty decent size. Let me show you from a different perspective. So this is what my closet looks like from across the room. I feel like this is a little bit of a better angle so you guys can really see how big it is. I was concerned that it was gonna be a small closet when I first moved in here, but I was able to make do with what I had. The only thing I will say is that the bottom of my closet looks like a mess because I have a lot of shoes, but I made it work. So we're gonna close the closet here. And then moving on from the closet, we're back at the door. Like I said, this is my laundry basket. I just wanted to get one that was cute looking because I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to put my dirty laundry in my closet because of the size of my closet. So I just invested in a really nice looking laundry basket for the bedroom. And that is the overall layout slash point of view of my bedroom. It's a very decent size. This is actually a massive bedroom, and I'm really thankful for it because this is where I spend the majority of my time due to the fact that I don't have a couch or a TV or an actual living space out in my actual main part of my apartment. So I spend the majority of time in here in bed, so I like the fact that my room is pretty decent size and it's full of natural light due to the 2 windows that are in here as well. I had to turn the air conditioning off for that video, so it is really steamy in my apartment, which is also why my hair got thrown up. So we're gonna make this conclusion very short so your girl can turn her air conditioning back on and I don't have to sweat. So that is it for my fully furnished East Village 1-bedroom apartment. Like I said, it is $2,100 a month. I think the original price of it is $2,700 a month, but I got a deal due to the pandemic and COVID. So I do pay $2,100 a month in rent, which is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, I know I'm very lucky to be able to afford that, but I also realize that is a lot of money that I could like invest in a house or something or get way more bang for my buck anywhere else. But then you wouldn't be able to call New York home, you know what I mean? So you kind of just have to suck it up and pick your poison. Also, I won't be living here for the rest of my life, so I'm just gonna enjoy it while I can. So, like I said, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this video here. If you guys want links to anything or if you have any additional questions, please feel free to comment down below. If you're not subscribed already, you should stick around because I do a lot of New York City content and I love to travel, and I'm so excited that traveling is now a thing again. So travel vlogs are also coming very soon, and I do fashion hauls and lots of ideas. So if you have any video requests, just leave them down below. But stick around, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.